Old age is not as honorable as death, but most people want it. If a man is as wise as a serpent, he can afford to be as harmless as a dove. There is no death, only a change of worlds. You already possess everything necessary to become great. Even a small mouse has anger. Man's law changes with his understanding of man. Only the laws of the spirit remain always the same. All dreams spin out from the same web. It does not require many words to speak the truth. Don't be afraid to cry. It will free your mind of sorrowful thoughts. It is better to have less thunder in the mouth and more lightning in the hand. Tell me and I'll forget. Show me, and I may not remember. Involve me, and I'll understand. Day and night cannot dwell together. How smooth must be the language of the whites, when they can make right look like wrong, and wrong like right. One finger cannot lift a pebble. Remember that your children are not your own but are lent to you by the Creator. Grown men can learn from very little children, for the hearts of the little children are pure. Therefore, the Great Spirit may show to them many things which older people miss. What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. The weakness of the enemy makes our strength. All plants are our brothers and sisters. They talk to us, and if we listen, we can hear them. Children learn from what they see. We need to set an example of truth and action. They are not dead who live in the hearts they leave behind. I have seen that in any great undertaking it is not enough for a man to depend simply upon himself. Those that lie down with dogs get up with fleas. Most of us do not look as handsome to others as we do to ourselves. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. Force, no matter how concealed, begets resistance. Our first teacher is our own heart. Beware of the man who does not talk, and the dog that does not bark. Everyone who is successful must have dreamed of something. When you know who you are, when your mission is clear, and you burn with the inner fire of unbreakable will, no cold can touch your heart, no deluge can dampen your purpose. You know that you are alive. Humankind has not woven the web of life. We are but one thread within it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect. Owning land is like owning the ocean or the air. No one owns land. We will be known forever by the tracks we leave. When the earth is sick, the animals will begin to disappear. When that happens, the warriors of the rainbow will come to save them. You can't wake a person who is pretending to be asleep. Life is not separate from death. It only looks that way. Everything on the earth has a purpose, every disease an herb to cure it, and every person a mission. This is the Indian theory of existence. When we show our respect for other living things, they respond with respect for us. Before eating, always take time to thank the food. If we wonder often, the gift of knowledge will come. Poverty is the noose that strangles humility and breeds disrespect for God and man. Do not judge your neighbor until you walk 2 moons in his moccasins. All who have died are equal. Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, it was loaned to you by your children. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. One does not sell the land people walk on. The ground on which we stand is sacred ground. It is the blood of our ancestors. Sing your death song and die like a hero going home. Soon there will come from the rising sun a different kind of man from any have yet seen, who will bring with them a book and will teach you everything. All things share the same breath. The beast, the tree, the man, the air shares its spirit with all the life it supports. A frog does not drink up the pond in which it lives. We shall live again. We shall live again. I am a great chief among my people. If you kill me, it will be like a spark on the prairie. It will make a big fire, a terrible fire. When a white army battles Indians and wins, it is called a great victory, but if they lose, it is called a massacre. There is but one secret to success: never give up. We are going by you without fighting if you will let us, but we are going by you anyhow. We are poor, but we are free. No white man controls our footsteps. If we must die, we die defending our rights. Like a man who has been dying for many days, a man in your city is numb to the stench. There is a power in nature that man has ignored, and the result has been heartache and pain. So long as mists envelop you, be still until the sunlight pours through and dispels the mists, as it surely will. Then act with courage. Peace of mind is the meaning of life. I don't want to settle. I love to roam over the prairies. There I feel free and happy, but when we settle down we grow pale and die. May the stars carry your sadness away, may the flowers fill your heart with beauty, may hope forever wipe away your tears, and above all, may silence make you strong. Hold on to what is good, even if it's a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe, even if it's a tree that stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it's a long way from here. Go forward with courage. When you are in doubt, be still, and wait. When doubt no longer exists for you, then go forward with courage. Those that lie down with dogs get up with fleas. Take only what you need and leave the land as you found it. You know that women are always looked upon as nothing, but we are your mothers, you are our sons, our cry is all for peace, let it continue. This peace must last forever. One of the things my parents taught me, and I'll always be grateful for the gift, is to not ever let anybody else define me. A man who looks first to a woman's outer beauty will never know her beauty divine, for there is dust upon his eyes and he is blind. The saddest day has gleams of light, the darkest wave hath bright foam beneath it. There twinkles o'er the cloudiest night some solitary star to cheer it. I want to be remembered as the person who helped us restore faith in ourselves. When I think of my past life, and the bitter trials I have endured, I can scarcely believe I live, and yet I do, and with the help of Him who notes the sparrows fall, I mean to fight for my downtrodden race while life lasts. A brave man dies but once, a coward many times. Sometimes dreams are wiser than waking. Live your life that the fear of death can never enter your heart. Love your life, perfect your life, beautify all things in your life. I believe much trouble and blood would be saved if we opened our hearts more. It is the mothers, not the warriors, who create a people and guide their destiny. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. When the green hills are covered with talking wires and the wolves no longer sing, what good will the money you paid for our land be then? None can destroy iron, but its own rust can. Likewise, none can destroy a person, but its own mindset can. It is through this mysterious power that we too have our being, and we therefore yield to our neighbors, even to our animal neighbors, the same right as ourselves to inhabit this vast land. It's our stuff. We made it, and we know best how to use it and care for it. And now we're going to get it back. The Holy Land is everywhere. No Statue of Liberty ever greeted our arrival in this country. We did not, in fact, come to the United States at all. The United States came to us. When a woman grabs my braids and says, "How cute," I grab her breast and say, "How cute." she will never touch me again. Our job is to awaken people, utterly conscious, to attend to our world. If I want my people to be free, Americans have to be free. No kingdom on earth can surpass the great outdoors. Disadvantages faced by indigenous peoples are related to dispossession and exacerbated by powerlessness and poverty. A fire is a nice idea, but won't we be spending the evening under the covers? If you were going to compete successfully in a white man's world, you had to learn to play the white man's game. It was not enough that an Indian be as good as, an Indian had to be better than. Wisdom and peace come when you start living the life the Creator intended for you. Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for those who've already been there. If you talk to the animals, they will talk with you and you will know each other. If you do not talk to them, you will not know them, and what you do not know, you will fear. What one fears, one destroys. Nature is not dumb. Humanity is dumb when we can't hear or when we forget how to communicate with nature. Nature is very much alive. Intelligent living beings and vibrant energies are all over the planet. The reality is that every time we manipulate nature's rhythms, we create unintended consequences that then require us to make further changes. Another chief remembered that since the Great Father promised them that they would never be moved, they had been moved 5 times. I think you had better put the Indians on wheels, he said sardonically, and you can run them about whenever you wish. His grandfather had often told him that he tried too hard to move trees when a wiser man would walk around them. Attending to your own words and ideas as well as those of others is an admirable trait in any person, but a necessity in a leader. Next to the day when I was almost shot by that arrow, the worst day of my life was when I was almost eaten. We do not want riches, but we do want to train our children right. The buffalo provided the fuel for fires that smoked their own meat. This time, the rapids sent them through a dark tunnel that seemed timeless, blind, malevolent. A yawning throat of water. To live in the moment is the only footprint one must follow. People should have the right to be who they are and not what others tell them to be. All people should have a right to dignity, and identity is an important part of this ideal. We need a seat at the table. If we're not at the table, we're probably on the menu. There are so many new skyscrapers being built in our city of rain. I wonder if everybody's spirit animal is now the construction crane. The strong old woman was walking away, and in her step there was the sadness of parting with an old but dangerously foolish friend. Unless you are an American Indian, you are a descendant of an immigrant yourself. There are 566 Indian tribes, bands, and Alaska Native villages recognized by the BIA, and no one could be expected to know the name of every one. We've all been through a lot we don't understand in a world made to either break us or make us so hard we can't break even when it's what we need most to do. At the center of the universe dwells the Great Spirit, and that center is really everywhere. It is within each of us. He put in your heart certain wishes and plans. In my heart He put other different desires. Let me be a free man, free to travel, free to stop, free to work. If you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Everything the power of the world does is done in a circle. You cannot really conceive of how insulting it is to Native Americans to be told they were discovered. Even the people who come our way look upon us in amazement, that we run only for the healing of Mother Earth. Wonder what opportunities you pass unwittingly, because your hands are so busy clasping what you think you have always known. Like the grasses showing tender faces to each other, thus should we do, for this was the wish of the grandfathers of the world. Tribe follows tribe, nations follow nations like the tides of the sea. It is the order of nature, and regret is useless. who does not move forward recedes. A man who would not love his father's grave is worse than a wild animal. Respect for the environment, and respect for what was naturally occurring in nature, that was the bedrock of all original peoples. Harmony, coexistence, not conquest and conquer. Celebrating what we hope for together is better than fighting over what we believe separately. Be selective in your battles, sometimes peace is better than being right. Who does not move forward recedes. Our job is to be an awake people, utterly conscious, to attend to our world. We are only atoms trailing the carved skull wrapped inside a sunbeam. There is but one secret to success: never give up. When the blood in your veins returns to the sea, and the earth in your bones returns to the ground, perhaps then you will remember that this land does not belong to you, it is you who belong to the land. The greatest achievement ever accomplished in this universe is life on earth. Let's take care of it. Pay attention to the whispers, so we won't have to listen to the screams. When a man moves away from nature, his heart becomes hard. It is not necessary for eagles to be crows. The greatest power is the Creator. But if you want to know the greatest strength, that is gentleness. The earth and myself are of one mind. Each man is good in the sight of the Great Spirit. Prepare a noble death song for the day when you go over the Great Divide. The red man has ever fled the approach of the white man, as the morning mist flees before the morning sun. I cannot think that we are useless or God would not have created us. Civilization has been thrust upon me, and it has not added one whit to my love for truth, honesty, and generosity. The earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. It's not good for anyone to be alone. The earth is the mother of all people, and all people should have equal rights upon it. It is less of a problem to be poor than to be dishonest. Like as a man who has been dying for many days, a man in your city is numb to the stench. Our pleasures are shallow, our sorrows are deep. The eye tells what the tongue would hide. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies in yourself. Treat all men alike. Give them the same law. Give them an even chance to live and grow. Everywhere is the center of the world. Everything is sacred. Brothers, we must be united. We must smoke the same pipe. We must fight each other's battles. And more than all, we must love the Great Spirit. We were like deer. They were like grizzly bear. A cold wind blew on the prairie on the day the last buffalo fell. A death wind for my people. And I saw that the sacred hoop of my people as one of many hoops that made one circle. But if the vision was true and mighty, as I know, it is true and mighty yet, for such things are of spirit, and it is in the darkness of their eyes that men get lost. I know Great Spirit is looking down upon me from above, and will hear what I say. The power of the world always works in circles. I was very sorry when I found out that your intentions were good and not what I supposed they were. To be native to a place, we must learn to speak its language. They have assumed the names and gestures of their enemies, but have held on to their own secret souls, and in this there is a resistance and an overcoming, a long out waiting. Allow the power to flow through you. Don't try to capture it. You wish only to borrow it. If the white man wants to live in peace with the Indian, he can live in peace. There's all sorts of soul. There's Irish soul and Native American soul. If it touches you and moves you, it's soul. By peace our condition has been improved in the pursuit of civilized life. I have good genes. My father is Danish and my mother is Irish and Native American. They both have good skin. The word is important in Native American tradition, You speak the path on which you walk. Your words make the trail. Hear me, my chiefs. I am tired. My heart is sick and sad. From where the sun now stands, I will fight no more forever. I will obey every law, or submit to the penalty. Character is always known. Thefts never enrich, alms never impoverish, murder will speak out of stone walls. When it comes down to pure ornamental cursing, the Native American is gifted above the sons of men.